anybody who cut Glendon planting.
Tell me how Flint from where I come from.
Glendon come from Flint River. And you can see where they cut the planting. We don't want to have this talk, you know. Hungry stock you want to have.
Don't see that the place want clean.
Yeah, the place I want to clean out. See there? See, we don't want to have this stock. So anybody who cut Glendon planting.
See that? I see the man in the left.
Yeah. Then cut Glendon 2 planting and come up there so. Yeah. So we cut the planting them, but remember.
We are carry
stock over our place in guys hill.
Right.
Yeah. And then thinking man no left somebody with the trade.
Right.
So how who cut Glendon planting?
Right. Tell
yeah.
Me,
make sure you know say when we no say wicked and Glendon say I don't have to buried in 2 foot up in the air.
Up in the air.
Buried 2 foot, within 2 foot up in the air.
If I know up in the air make 2 foot buried.
Yeah. Don't stay there. I mean I'll show you the next one. Yeah. Yes, yeah, Jack. Ah, yeah. Yeah, they should cut it. And see next one, yeah? And he work hard. He work very hard, you know, to be people things. You understand? He work in field. Yeah, and you know, keep company. I feel nobody beg him nothing for him work hard.
JBNN will keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and to share the news with someone today. Now on to the news. Wanted man nabbed in pre-dawn operation in St. James. The police in St. James have apprehended one of the parish's most wanted men, Lyco Maxwell, otherwise known as Junior, following a successful operation in the Garland district of Montego Bay on Friday morning. Maxwell, who hails from Flamstead Garden in St. James, was recently alerted in the Jamaica Constabulary Forces Wanted Wednesday campaign. According to reports, officers conducted a targeted raid at a premises in Garland at around 3:30 a.m. During a search of one of the bedrooms, they located and arrested Maxwell. Superintendent Aaron Samuels, commanding officer for the St. James Police Division, confirmed that an illegal gun was seized on Maxwell during the operation.
He was found with a Grissan Regard MC pistol with 17 live rounds and in the company of a female. He was featured on the JCF's Wanted Wednesdays, and he is wanted for murder. We are really happy with the results that we are reaping, and we will continue to push right through to the end of the year in targeting all our wanted persons, persons of interest, the persons who are wreaking havoc within the St. James space. We are asking the citizens of St. James to just tell us what they know, pass on information. We want to ensure that you are able to have a crime-free or low-crime Christmas.
Man fatally shot, girlfriend injured in Manchester by robbery. A man was fatally shot and his girlfriend critically injured during a violent robbery attempt at a bar in the Inverness district, Knockpatrick, Manchester on Thursday night. The deceased has been identified as 30-year-old Rashid Wilshire, a resident of Inverness, according to police and family members. The tragic incident occurred at around 9 p.m. when two masked gunmen entered the bar, posing as customers. Wilshire's girlfriend, who operates the establishment, was also present at the time. Police reports indicate that as the men demanded money, Wilshire attempted to flee but was chased to a back room where the gunmen demanded, "Where the money there?" When their demands were not met, the gunmen opened fire, fatally wounding Wilshire and shooting his girlfriend in the abdomen. The woman was also physically assaulted in the attack. A taxi operator was passing and stopped after hearing the woman's screams, had to make a hasty retreat when his vehicle was struck by a hail of bullets. The driver narrowly escaped injury as gunfire shattered his windshield, passenger window, and one of the doors. Despite the danger, he bravely returned to transport the injured woman to the hospital, which was rushed into emergency surgery. Her condition is reportedly life-threatening, although she was said to be responsive before the procedure. A relative of Wilshire says the attack has made the crime situation in Manchester more real for his family.
This is really not Manchester anymore. I never know that it could knock at my door. And now me really feel how other people feel when these things hit them, you know, and it make we just wonder where we going at a country from here. This is really not Manchester anymore. This is just not Manchester anymore. We don't know where this is going from here. So. You're not safe anywhere anymore. And that's just the person last of it. Now the way I see it, even the security needs security right now. So, I don't know where you're going from here. It's just a little, it's a guy where him just humble, you know, jovial in the community, work with everybody, you know. I still try to process how or what could I lead to the situation we are in. Somebody that just gun him down like that, you know. Leave a lot of people now mourning. Something just merciless as that. If we continue to let this situation do, I think we're going to get a visitation sooner or later from God. This cannot continue. Just cannot continue. It's terrible.
This latest murder increases the homicide count for Manchester so far this year to 43. 4 people have been killed so far in Manchester in October, including a double murder incident at the Mandeville Market, which drew national attention. The violence in Mandeville prompted Minister of National Security, Dr. Horace Chang, to visit the area last week. Dr. Chang toured the Mandeville Market and the surrounding neighborhoods, engaging with citizens, business owners, and local political leaders to discuss security concerns. Construction workers shot dead in St. Catherine. A 25-year-old construction worker was shot and killed last night in St. Catherine. The victim has been identified as Kenego Anthony Fonte, also known as Nico, from Point Hill in the parish. The fatal shooting occurred at around 8:20 p.m. in the Morrison district, which falls under the jurisdiction of the St. Catherine North Police Division. According to reports from residents, explosions were heard in the area, prompting concerned community members to alert the police. Upon arriving at the scene, officers found Fonte with multiple gunshot wounds to his head and upper body. He was rushed to the Spanish Town Hospital, but medical staff pronounced him dead shortly after his arrival. The Spanish Town Criminal Investigations Branch is investigating. Man's shooting death, first murder recorded in Mount Salem since the start of the year. The St. James Police reported that Thursday's fatal shooting of 52-year-old Donovan Hales, also known as Pepper, marks the first murder within the Mount Salem Zone of Special Operations, ZOZO, since the beginning of the year. The incident took place on Campbell's Lane, where Hales, a mason from Green Pond, was reportedly carrying out repair work on a step with his spouse. According to police reports, 5 men approached Hales as he worked and opened fire, fatally wounding him. In a swift response to the attack, law enforcement officers apprehended 2 suspects and seized 2 illegal guns. Superintendent Aaron Samuels, the commanding officer for the St. James Police, expressed that despite this tragic incident, the division remains committed to its goal of reducing murders by the year's end.
Aaron Samuels, Superintendent of Police, Commanding Officer for the St. James Division. On Thursday, October 24th, at approximately 9:30 a.m., members of the security forces responded to reports of gunfire within the Mount Salem community. Upon reaching the Campbell's Lane area, 1 man was seen lining the road in a pool of blood. Upon investigating, it was deemed that the man and his common-law wife went to a location to repair a step when he was approached by 5 men who opened gunfire, hitting him. He succumbed to his injuries. The swift action of the police resulted in 1 man being held with an AR-15 rifle as he tried to conceal it in a wash pan in a house nearby. Subsequent operations led to another man being held and also a pistol being seized in this operation. We commend the work of the police officers, and we want to ensure that we continue to make Mount Salem safe for the residents of St. James. I'm appealing to any resident, anybody who has any additional information that can help us to find the other members of this criminal organization that tried to rain mayhem in the Mount Salem community. We're appealing. Tell us what you know. We want to ensure that we continue to see good reductions in St. James and to bring an end to the crime and violence that is plaguing the parish.
Spanish Town mechanic charged in pre-larceny case involving stolen goats. A 32-year-old man from Spanish Town has been charged with larceny of coat and unlawful possession of property following his arrest this week on suspicion of breeder larceny. The accused, Dwayne Morrison, a mechanic and a shopkeeper from Homestead and the Chambers Lane in Spanish Town, was apprehended after police intercepted a vehicle allegedly transporting stolen animals. According to reports, Morrison was a passenger in a Toyota Corolla Axio that was signaled to stop by police along the Spanish Town bypass near Marchpen Road. The driver reportedly refused to comply, initiating a high-speed chase with police that ended on Barracks Road. The driver managed to escape on foot, leaving Morrison behind along with 2 goats in the rear passenger seat. One of the animals has since been identified by its rightful owner. Morrison was taken into custody and is subsequently charged. He is scheduled to appear in the St. Catherine Parish Court on October 28 to face the charges. PNP urges government to assist hurricane-hit Cuba. Opposition spokesperson on Foreign and Regional Affairs, Dr. Angela Brown-Burke, is urging the government to assist Cuba. This follows the devastation caused by Hurricane Oscar and the collapse of the island's electrical grid.
The People's National Party calls upon the government of Jamaica to urgently seek to help ease the pressing crisis in Cuba. We have seen the news reports with the electrical grid having collapsed throughout most of the island. And this matter has been further compounded by the passage of Hurricane Oscar, causing more damage to the grid and other infrastructure as well as loss of life. This is a situation in which immediate assistance must be rendered to our closest neighbor, but we are yet to hear of any plans for aid or assistance to Cuba. Many of our medical doctors and other medical professionals have benefited from full university scholarships. Our healthcare system has been bolstered with the presence of Cuban health professionals for over 40 years. Our entire athletic program and worldwide acclaim of athletes can be attributed to Cuban technical support and the gift of the GC Foster College for training of our athletes and the sports administrators for our schools throughout the island. When friends were few and far between for Jamaica and much of the Caribbean, Cuba gave aid in whatever manner they could, whether it was in healthcare, ports, education, or construction. We must, therefore, not leave them now in their time of need.
Police recover more stolen vehicles in St. Catherine. The Area 5 police have disclosed that 5 vehicles believed to have been stolen were recovered in several communities in Spanish Town and Linstead, St. Catherine, between Monday and Tuesday. The latest recoveries were made in Macook's Pen, Red Pond, Angels, and Linstead.
5 motor vehicles believed to be stolen were recovered during a series of operations carried out across the Spanish Town area by the Area 5 Fugitive Apprehension Team between Monday, October 21st and Tuesday, October 22nd, 2024. A team from the Area 5 Fugitive Apprehension Team, through their operational efforts, swept through several communities, resulting in the recovery of these 5 motor vehicles. Recovered were 2 Nissan Tidas, 1 Nissan Sylphy, 1 Nissan Caravan, and 1 Toyota Wish motorcar. 3 persons were detained during these operations as the investigation continued in relation to the recoveries. This follows an earlier operation which occurred in Linstead, where 2 motor vehicles were recovered by operatives from the St. Catherine North Division and 2 persons arrested on Saturday, October 19, 2024. Operational activities of this kind will continue across the St. Catherine North Police Division as we seek to deny criminals the opportunities to commit crimes as well as to deny them the benefits of it when they do commit same. This division continues to stand on the pillars of hotspot controlling and anti-gang activities as a means to disrupt, displace criminals, and to reduce the organized crimes within our space.
Green hopeful reporting of agricultural theft will increase amid boosted measures. Minister of Agriculture Floyd Green is hopeful that reporting of agricultural theft will improve now that a dedicated subsector of the Jamaica Constabulary Force is being recruited to respond to the incidents. On Tuesday, Green announced that the government is committed to recruiting 300 agricultural wardens over the next 3 years at a cost of $1.8 billion. Training of the first batch of 100 wardens will begin January next year. In a subsequent interview, Green said the measure should restore confidence among farmers that the ministry is serious about addressing the problem.
One of the things that we had seen is that there was an underreporting. A number of the farmers never thought it made any sense, and even when they made that initial report, they didn't follow up on it. The only way you can sort of change that system is restoring some trust. The farmers felt that nothing would happen. I think if we put enough things in place, so if we have these officers, these agricultural wardens, if our police officers have the mobility, so part of what we're also treating with, working with our Ministry of Foreign Affairs, is a fleet of vehicles that are being donated by the government of Japan to help us to treat with Prayer Lasted, and those will go into the Prayer Lasted fight. I think once the farmers see the responsiveness, once the farmers see that we have taken steps already to increase the penalties, once they see more boots on the ground, then the farmers will be more willing to participate.
JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.